Welcome to my designer class. My name is Mercy and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. In today's class I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful easel card, and it's for Christmas, but I'm also going to show you how I transformed it into a thank you card for maybe winter time. So I will mention also this is from the Feathers and Frost set. I was crazy about this image and I couldn't believe I wasn't really using it that much. I didn't really know what to do. So I thought, why not try embossing it and using my favorite embossing powder, which is the copper. So I'll show you, first I'll start with stamping the bird. Okay, setting this aside, and while I get my things together, you can look at some of the things that went into it, the card. So here is my Whisper White cardstock in Memento ink. I will go ahead and ink this up. It looks pretty good. So I will stamp it. And there it is. It's a really cute bird. And it has a mirror image bird, which is fantastic. It gives you so many possibilities when you have the mirror imaging. All right, so next I'll do the embossing. So I will bring in my paper, and here we go. I will run my embossing buddy over this, and it seems like I have a little bit of a mark on it. That's suspicious. Oh well, we will manage. All right, so I have my Versamark here, and I'm just going to ink this up, bringing the stamp pad to the stamp. And it's really sticky stuff. It's fun to work with, and no one should be intimidated to try embossing. It's really a lot of fun, especially when it comes up. That never gets old for me. Okay, so I did manage to avoid that little mark, and I will be using the layering squares. So I'm not too concerned to have this perfectly centered or anything. You could just use your trimmer and trim it up, but you'll see that it's actually a little better when you use the square. Okay, so bringing in my copper embossing powder, I will get my scrap sheet of paper here and just sprinkle this powder. It doesn't use a ton, but I like to use a ton initially because you recollect this and you can you reuse it over and over again. So here, I feel like I could get that a little thicker there. Okay, so there it is. I'm gonna put this out of the way. You almost can't get too much protection. This stuff is really gritty, so it's kind of nasty to work with. I'm gonna turn on my heat gun and set my powder aside and a few of the things. Okay, so here it is. I will bring in the gun, and I'll try to show it without the heat gun being the main feature. Okay, is it hot enough? Let's see, it should be coming up soon here. Yep, there we go. So just, you don't need to shake it, just hit it with the gun until it turns shiny and puffy. And I think it's just beautiful when the embossing. And I especially love the copper, as I was saying. Copper is just really kind of timeless and goes well with nature scenes. So I definitely highly recommend using it if you haven't. All right, so that looks, well, I see one little berry. Okay, that looks good. Turn this off, and then I'll start bringing in the other elements of the card. For the inside of the easel, I did stamp a little, so I'll quickly do that so I don't forget. I've been kind of sometimes forgetting to do that when I'm doing a video, so I will do that. And I did very simple. I did the mirror image, and I just stamped the little bird in the corner with Crumb Cake. So nothing too complex. I don't bother usually coloring it, just have it like that. So next I will show you the card base. So here is my base, and I wanted to explain a little bit about the scoring, although I won't demonstrate it. I, as you know, love templates. So I'll show you, I started scoring at 4 inches, and then I scored it 8 1/16 of an inch. Now the reason why I added just a hair is because you can fold it like this, or fold it inside like this, and it makes it a lot better for shipping. If you made it exactly 8 inches, it would be having to buckle here, and that would not be good. So definitely do that. I have a stopper, and I have the dimensions here for the stopper. So I'll set that aside, and we'll go ahead and burnish these score lines. Burnishing is extremely important when you're doing an easel card, because it won't lay correctly. So just do a really good job. I would say it's kind of essential if you're making an easel card to have a bone folder. It's really, really helpful anyhow. I wouldn't try to do it without it. Okay, so through what they say, the magic of TV, I have gone ahead and prepared some of this. So, but I did want to show you a little bit of the coloring. So I'll set this aside for a second and show you a little bit how I did the coloring. So bringing in the blends, I have, for this alternate card, I have the Granny Apple Green and I have the Highland Heather, and both are in the combos. So with coloring, I just went ahead with the light and colored over the whole leaf. So I'll just do like 2 here, just to give you a demonstration, because I do have the finished product, which I probably should have done this first and then showed the finished, but oh well. All right, so at the base, all I did was kind of just add a little bit at the tips. And I kind of tried to figure out this, I want my leaves to go this direction. So some of them I kind of did sideways a little bit at the base. So I just kind of went with like the way, imagining the lighting hitting it towards the top left corner. So that's my trick with that. Okay, so here is the Highland Heather, and I do suggest using the thin tip edge. So I just did pretty basic there, and then I went in here with my darker, and I just dotted it, essentially. So it just kind of seeps in a little bit of the color, but you still have some lighter for the contrast. So very straightforward with that. The next thing I wanted to talk about was coloring the little bird. So I used Crumb Cake for the main part, and then other colors, you know, you can do like, for when I use the Poppy Parade, I use the more of the Poppy Parade here, you know, when I had the card base, it's the Poppy Parade. Anyhow, you know what I'm trying to say. So I will go ahead and color a little bit there and show you a little bit of how I did that. I am trying to find the rest of my things. I think I kind of am a little bit disorganized today. I apologize. All right, so for the, just like do the basic bird here. And that's kind of all. Okay. So I do have a bird prepared, and I am, oh, over here. I thought for a second I lost the bird. Okay, so I have a bird completely done. And I wanted to just show you how I colored this a little bit and have some suggestions about that. So the bird is now ready to be attached, and I did use dimensionals. So I was going to explain a little bit how I did this with coloring it. So what you want is to get your re-inker. I would not do directly to the stamp pad because there's so much glitter involved, but I would go ahead, add it a couple drops to like a block, and then kind of pounce on it a little bit. And you want to kind of get a little bit off. You don't want to go too crazy about this. And then just pounce over your, well, this is called Glimmer paper. So you can kind of see just how that will color it, and you're not messing up your ink pad. Now it will dry a little darker, so just to give you a little bit of an idea. I actually didn't need quite that much ink, did I? Oh well. Okay, so this is what the end product looks like. I think it's just beautiful. It changes it up a little bit, but you know. Oh, another tip I would say, if you're using the Glimmer paper, definitely use glue dots, because it will not really stick well with the, even liquid glue. It's crazy, but it definitely needs like something a little different. So the glue dots are perfect. I will go ahead and add the dimensionals just to make sure I do not forget to add these dimensionals. That would be a crying shame. Okay, and then we'll start assembling. So bringing in my finished product, I did want to show you the embossing folder I used. This one is a new one for this year. It's called Climbing Vine, and I thought it really ties in with this whole vine thing. And another thing I would like to point out is I put the same direction the vines behind it. So it's repeating, and it looks very similar. I mean, it's not the same, obviously, but it really ties it in. I think it's beautiful. So I will go ahead and attach this to my front. So with an easel card, you want it to be like this. So this is your front. That's important. Don't get it the reversed. You will be disappointed, or put it in the center. It definitely needs to be on that front lower panel to come out right. Okay, so bringing in, whoa, things are getting a little out of hand. All right, so bringing this in, I just center it, and there's only supposed to be a small border here. It's like a 1/16 of an inch, I guess. So I just kind of wiggle it a little until it's perfect. And that's pretty much all for that. Now with the bird, I already have the dimensionals. So I will go ahead and attach that. I think this is a great card to, again, as a thank you note after Christmas perhaps, or you want to just use it during the winter time. I think it would be fantastic. I think it's adorable with these colors too. I actually prefer my second color scheme. Now to finish this off, I like using the bow at this corner. So you kind of see it's like a bouquet here. And I think it's really cool. So I hope you will give this card a try. If you don't want it as a Christmas card, no problem. You can make it as a winter card. So I just put this right here with the glue dot. Oh, and I think I missed the glue dot. I didn't quite pick it up. That might have been good to check. Okay, this time I have it. All right. So note to self, double check before thinking you have the glue dot on. And there we go for the bow. All right, so the center, again, I just put in this for writing, and then the final thing will be adding the sentiment, which will be the stopper for the easel. So here we go with this center with the little birdie. He's really cute there. Okay, so nothing too difficult there. And the final thing, again, I was going to show you is how I did the stopper. So I have already embossed with two of the other images from the stamp set, the flower and the leaf with the little berry. And the final thing would be to add the thank you. And I did this crooked intentionally. I think it's really cute that way. Sometimes when you do it offset, it makes it more playful, which I kind of wanted that look. So going ahead and inking this up, and this is from the Love What You Do set. This is not part of the set, but I thought it was really cute. Okay, let's see if I did good. All right, I did pretty well. There we go. So that, I would back it then and use it, but I have one already prepared, so I'll show you that. And what's important here, now I will go ahead and color these. I'll just show you real quick what I did and finish this off. So I am bringing back in my blends, and quickly I decided I thought about doing the Bermuda Bay, but then I thought, the purple, the lavender-ish, the Highland Heather actually looks very flowery, so that would definitely work. But you could do the Bermuda Bay, boy, I can't talk, and that would be also nice. So bringing this in, and there I have that. Now, one of my inspirations for these berries is I was looking at beauty berries. I had been thinking, what type of berry besides a red berry color could I use? And I thought beauty berries. So if you are curious, look them up. If you're not familiar with beauty berries, look it up on Google and you will see how gorgeous they really are. They're beautiful purple. They actually look almost unnatural. You think, wow, a flower or a berry could be purple. They are amazing. They're just spectacular. So bringing in my dimensionals now, I will go ahead and adhere these. I hope you'll give this card a try, and the stamp set is absolutely great, Feathers and Frost. I highly recommend it. I think it'll transform well into winter months, as I was saying. So give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this card tutorial, and please consider subscribing. I would definitely appreciate it. I really need more subscribers. At this point, I do not get paid at all for making these YouTube videos, and eventually I hope to change that. So anyhow, thanks again for watching. If you would like to order any of the products, please email me at mewants3@gmail.com. So here we have the card. That bow is a little loose there, and I think it's absolutely adorable. I do need to burnish a little bit more to get it to stick, but you get the idea. It's absolutely a stunning card, and I hope you give it a try, as I was saying. Thanks again for watching. I will bring in the other card so you can see that. All right. So, it really wants to pop up, but you get the idea. Thanks again for watching, and please consider subscribing. Have a wonderful day. Bye.